Like silver is on the rise. It will be. Should see exponential growth in silver. And I'm not telling anyone what to invest in, but I can tell you right now that I'm definitely a silver bull. And as someone that's built mines all over the world and been a part of some very big mining companies, I'm very excited to see what the silver industry has in the next 2 to 3 years and even in the next 6 months.
Joining us for a conversation is Morgan Lekstrom, the president of Silver HAMR Mining. Mr. Lekstrom, welcome to the show, sir.
Thanks for having me again, Maurice. Great to hear from you. Talk to you again.
Mutual, sir. It's great to have you join us today to discuss the latest developments coming from the newly formed Silver HAMR Mining Corporation, which is positioning itself to become the next pure silver play in the United States with highly prospective silver projects in Idaho and Nevada. Before we begin, Mr. Lekstrom, please introduce us to Silver HAMR Mining and the opportunity the company presents to shareholders.
Sure. Thanks, Maurice. So Silver HAMR, which was formerly Lakewood Exploration for folks to remember, we are a newly formed silver company. We have 3 highly prospective assets, one in Idaho, the Silver Strand Mine, past producing to 90 meters, in the Revette formation, the exact same formation as the Lucky Friday and Sunshine mines, these 1,800 meter deep mines, high grade silver, and having that only ever mined to 90 meters gives us an advantage for exploration, a fully consolidated land package. Also, we now have the 2 assets in Nevada, one in the historic Hamilton district, which is that 1860 to mid-1870s silver rush. The reason Nevada is called the Silver State. It has high-grade, past-producing mines on it, and we're looking to go back in there, do geochemistry, apply geophysics, apply modern exploration techniques to it. And we have our 3rd asset. It's the Silverton mine. It's past-producing silver mine as well, high-grade, and it has a target on it that is identical aster signature and in geology to Round Mountain. So we have 3 past-producing mines in a newly formed company that and an excellent and amazing background team of capital markets folks, exploration experts, and myself, the mine builder type.
Now, before we get into the projects, let's talk about the name change. What prompted the name change, sir?
Yeah, you know what? We were Lakewood when we brought in the Silver HAMR group. They had the Silver Strand asset that I talked about in Idaho in the Silver Valley, and we just thought it more fitting as we developed the company and we added in those Nevada assets. It really is fitting to what we're trying to do is build a pure silver producing company, and it just rang through right through from our logo all the way to us, wanting to drop that Silver HAMR.
I love the name change personally, so kudos to you there. Let me ask you this as well. Are there going to be any changes to the mission or the goals, or is it just a name change that we're looking at here?
It's just a name change. We're still going with that 3-pronged approach of large exploration, payoff assets, near-term production potential, and acquisition. So we still have the same approach. We were formed 4 to 5 months ago, and we've been running since we've been formed. Absolutely hair straight back, getting drilling permits going, and we'll talk about all that.
All right, well, let's go on site, sir, to the flagship Silver Strand Mine, where the company is engaged in its first phase of their drilling campaign. Mr. Lekstrom, walk us through the developments here on the Silver Strand Mine as you're going through your first phase here, sir.
Yeah, so like I said, we just captured that Silver Strand Mine about 4.5, 5 months ago, and we were able to go into the existing underground, rehabilitate that, create a new drift, which means we were able to go from the old part of the mine and create a new area in it and step out a drill bay. So we had better access to the ore body from underground, better ability to hit it at depth and on width. And that prevents us from using all the surface drilling and that overburden drilling. So, the 100 meters of drilling you would do to get down to where we are. So it was really a strategic move. It allows our underground to be utilized again, which not a lot of people have that ability. So we are starting a drill campaign. We just kicked off our surface drilling, so we are hitting some surface targets as well, and we are mobilizing our underground drill as we speak. So it's really exciting. We're going to try to get that initial phase of drilling done here in short order. We have some really exciting targets that were not hit before. We have results from the past as well, so we do know where to aim, and it's it's very exciting for us to get that underground going and get underground again. It really helped with the permitting phase. Most permits in the Forest Service take about a year to 2 years to get. The team and myself were able to get these permits in like 2 weeks.
Oh, that's impressive. The commercial success is all there. Let me ask you this, sir. In reference to drilling, when do you expect to have results?
Well, the typical adage in the U.S. right now is that the labs are very backed up. So, the typical 2 to 3 to 4 months. And if we get them before that, the market will hear about it. But that's our timeline right now. Like I said, we're commencing drilling in the underground, and we started drilling on surface. So we do have core we're looking at, but the labs take the time they do. It's very busy exploration time right now.
Looking forward, what are the development plans on the Silver Strand?
So define the ore body, put a resource on it, start testing the depth and the long strike, mineralization on surface, as well as all the way up to that burnt cabin area, which is in our 5.5 kilometer land package that had never been consolidated before. So we're doing a lot of surface geology work. Obviously, when the snow flies, that tapers back, and then our drilling. So we're going to have a lot of good catalysts coming out of Silver Strand, and moving forward, it's utilizing that underground, right? Having the ability to utilize an existing underground to test depth and looking at different mining methods will really set that asset apart and as a potential tier 1 asset.
Leaving Idaho, Silver Hammer Mining expanded the property bank last month by adding 2 new silver projects in the Silver Alley of Nevada. Sir, please acquaint us with the Nevada assets respectively and the latest developments from each, beginning with the Eliza Silver project.
So the Eliza Silver project was really interesting for us. We were super intrigued by both assets. And we're intrigued because they're in this past producing area, similar to Silver Strand, but these are historic past producing areas. The Hamilton district was that prolific silver rush, 1860s to late 1870s, had produced 40 million ounces of silver out of the mine, that Treasure Hill mine area, which is on something called the north side of the Eberhard Fault. These areas were walked away from. We are on the south side of what's called the Eberhard Fault. We have the past producing California mine. We also have a bunch of different target mines along there. They are covered over with shale, whereas the old Treasure Hill mine was in this Devonian limestone, so it was very visual. So in the 1860s, 1870s, they did not have modern technology, modern geology knowledge, or geophysics, geochemistry to go and explore that even deeper. So they do have some past producing mines on there. 5,500 grams a ton to 18,500 grams a ton silver out of these mines. So we know it's there. We are just going in and exploring it. And now we're doing a mapping program right now, and we're starting to look at doing some geochemistry and hopefully come up with some drill targets in fairly short order.
And how about your second asset there?
Silverton, also a very interesting project for us. It's on the lower side of Nevada, so between Tonopah and Ely. And it was a past producing silver mine, 933 grams a ton silver. And the property is actually segregated into 2 chunks. They're all in the same land claim package, but one side of that property was the past producing silver mine. And the other side of the property exhibits the exact same or similar aster signature to Kinross's giant gold Round Mountain project. And we have samples coming out of there now that are ranging up to 6 grams a ton gold on surface. So it's very promising as a dual play property for us that we have that ability to look at a near like Round Mountain signature and geology. It's very, very unique.
Switching gears, let's look at some numbers. Mr. Lekstrom, please provide the capital structure for Silver Hammer Mining.
So the capital structure did not change when we changed the name, so it still sits at 37.4 million shares out, about 2.7 million options, about 7.8 million warrants, and fully diluted about 47.9 million shares out with a market cap of anywhere between 15 and 20 million on a given day.
Well, before we close, Mr. Lekstrom, what would you like to say to shareholders?
The silver markets have been very tumultuous lately. Miners have been going down. And I always like to say to people, the best time to build a mine, to explore for a mine, is when it's down, because you want to be ready for when that market's screaming and going again. There's a lot of industrial use for silver, the new solar panels, the new uses for EVs. Like, silver is on the rise. It will be. You should see exponential growth in silver. And I'm not telling anyone what to invest in, but I can tell you right now that I'm definitely a silver bull. And as someone that's built mines all over the world and been a part of some very big mining companies, I'm very excited to see what the silver industry has in the next 2 to 3 years and even in the next 6 months.
Well, even leaving the industrial component, just the fiat currency expansion, silver is an undervalued asset. And I know that there are a number of silver stackers out there, but that, I think, at the introductory level, holding bullion is a great way to preserve your capital and preserve wealth. But at the next step is when you find those companies that are not just in the nomenclature, they have silver, but they're dedicated professionals with a proven pedigree of success. And that's why we have Silver HAMR Mining here right now. Mr. Lekstrom, for someone that wants to learn more about Silver HAMR Mining, please share the contact details.
Absolutely. Just go to our website, silverhammermining.com. If you scroll right down to the bottom, you can get a hold of Christina Pelon. She is our head of IR. And you can email us as well. And we will respond in short order.
Mr. Lekstrom, it's been a pleasure speaking with you. Wishing you and Silver HAMR Mining the absolute best, sir.
Thank you, Maurice.
The information presented on Proven and Probable is provided for educational and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information is not intended to be and does not constitute financial, investment, or trading advice, or any other advice. You should not make any financial, investment, or trading decision based on any of the information presented without first undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or competent financial advisor.